Good evening, everyone. It's Sam here, Sacred Oak Temple in Edmonton, and today's our full moon ritual for February 5th, 2023. Today we're centering on the idea of cleansing and blessing. To begin with, the Sacred Oak respectfully acknowledges that we're located on Treaty 6 territory. Wicca is a settler religion. We're not native to this land. But we're not a colonialist religion, and we're not a universalist religion. Our goddesses and gods cannot be separate and apart from the land where we live. So it's important that we connect ourselves to this place and introduce ourselves to the goddesses and gods of the Cree, the Dene, the Blackfoot, Saulteaux, Lakota Sioux, and the Métis peoples. That I'd also introduce ourselves to that river, to this sky, to the wind that blows across the plain from the mountains. By acknowledging ourselves as treaty people, we introduce ourselves to them and ask their permission to be here and help to come to belong. I offer tobacco now to the spirits of this land, and I ask their permission to be here and help to come to belong here. Let's take a moment now to pause and reflect. Settle yourself comfortably in your chair at home or rock back and forth until you feel balanced. Take a deep breath in and hold it for a second, and now release it. Breathe out until your lungs are completely empty, and pause. Now take another deep breath in. Fill up your lungs. Hold the air and release it. We are all of one breath, of one body, prepared to enter sacred space. This is a ritual for cleansing and blessing, not only of yourself, but also of those close to you. We'll begin by casting the circle. This is a place that is not a place, a time that is not a time, halfway between the worlds of gods and mortals. This is a place that is all places, a time that is eternity, where gods and mortals come together. This is a place that is our home, a time that is our lives, where we can be greater than we thought. This is a 4-part cleansing ritual instead of the regular circle casting. We will begin with the north and move Deosil clockwise. There we go. To perform a personal cleansing at each point. You may kneel at each point or bend over or do whatever you think is appropriate. And I'll just get all of my stuff here. There we go. Let's start at the north. The north represents the element of earth. Its symbolism is of the physical body, material things, creativity, and growth. This element cleanses us by concentrating our physical being into our intention. With your fingers, pick up a few grains of salt from your bowl and touch them to your forehead and now to your tongue. Allow all physical and material things, all physical sensations which are not directed towards your intention, to flow away from you. Now we go to the east. The east represents the element of air. Its symbolism includes the mind, intelligence, thought, movement. This element cleanses us by increasing our concentration. Pick up your incense and waft it over yourself. let whatever is on your mind drift lightly into the breeze that carries the incense smell away. And now the south. The south represents the element of fire. Its symbolism includes energy, spirit, will, and destruction. This element cleanses us by clarifying our will to support our intention. Now cup your hands around the candle flame to heat them. And touch your heated hands to your temples and cheeks. Let the fire of pure energy push out any anger and uncoordinated action. And now to the west. Represents the element of water. Its symbolism includes the emotions, intuition, unconscious and psychic powers. This element cleanses us by clearing negativity and bringing forward intuition. Take your little bowl of water. Touch your hands to the water and wet your forehead and your chest. Let the water wash away any emotional baggage that you are carrying into this circle. The circle is now cast and purified. Blessed be. I'm now going to teach you a form of grounding and self-blessing. As I describe the gestures, I want you to repeat the words and make the gestures along with me. This one form is the five-fold self-blessing. This blessing is a good one to do for another person as well to help ground them. Recite the following blessing over your little bowl of oil. I exorcise you, O creature of oil, that you cast out from yourself all the impurities and uncleanness of the world. May all that hinders me be cast out, and all good enter in. Therefore, I bless you that you will aid me. Prior to doing the self-blessing, I often sprinkle a small amount of salt on the floor to help ground me, and I stand barefoot in it. This isn't completely necessary, but you can take a moment to do that if you're so inclined. Now, in recognition of the special divinity which only you can embody, touch and anoint each part of your body as you name it, and I recite aloud, Blessed be my feet, which have led me in these ways. Blessed be my womb or sex, without which we would not be. Blessed be my hands, which reach out and act in the world. Blessed be my breasts, formed in beauty and strength. Blessed be my lips, which speak the sacred names. And blessed am I, priest and witch, child of the gods. There we go. Now, I'm also going to do a simple hand washing blessing ritual. Give me a second to move things away from here. I ask you to bring a bowl of water into the circle. And here it is. Take a bowl of water and put it right in front of you. Put your hands in the water and wash them. Think, as you do, that this too is a sacred act. It's an act of self-protection, something we became very familiar with during the earlier part of this epidemic. But it's also an act to protect others from contagion or germs that we might spread. And every time that we do this action, we are in fact doing a blessing. Now, dry your hands. And it's time to bless and share food and drink. Okay. It's not we who bless food and drink, but they who bless us. For in their nature, they nourish our bodies. And in sharing food and drink, we create community. And so it was in ancient times, and so it is today, and so as we go into the future. May you never thirst. And may you never hunger. Share food and drink with me and with whoever is in your circle at home. And of course, offer some to the gods. And now to say goodbye. The direction of the center. Here in the center is the truth of truths. Each new day makes everything new again. From sorrow comes joy, like spring after winter. And we receive the blessings of the Spirit. To the north, here I am, at the center of the universe, where all things are made new. We receive the blessings of the earth. To the west, when I wash my hands and wet my face, I return to myself. I renew my connections. I draw strength from compassion, and we receive the blessings of the water. To the south, when fire sweeps through and clears away the accumulated clutter, it makes way for growth, and the ashes nourish the soil, and we receive the blessings of the fire. And to the east, the moving air clears away smoke and constantly reveals new possibilities. We receive the blessing of the air. We are renewed, we are cleansed, and we are protected by the power of each of the elements and by our actions and will. By the power of 3 times 3, as we say it, so mote it be, so mote it be, so mote it be. Before we completely leave sacred space, I'd like you all to take 3 deep breaths. 1, hold them, release, and another. and release. And finally, may we go from this place refreshed and aware. This circle is open but unbroken. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again. Dear friends, as the epidemic weakens, we soon will meet in person again. To join our relaunching team and work together to make that happen, please contact us. We will continue to offer online SBATs here. The next new moon will be celebrated on Monday, February 20th at 7 p.m. I'll see you then, and blessed be.